Welcome to ACF Equity Research, improving capital markets for all.
Hello, today we are joined by Morgan Lekstrom, CEO of Silver HAMR Mining, a Canadian junior silver explorer with assets in Nevada and Idaho.
Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for joining us. Morgan, what do you think is going to drive the future of mining?
I think the green revolution is a really big part of that. But one of the things I think people just forget about all the time is requirement. I mean, you want to advance civilization, you want to keep economic growth, technology growth. You require copper, silver, lead, zinc. You require the base metals. You require uranium for energy nowadays. You see that boom happening, and it's important. You know, one of the big parts of what we're doing in Nevada and Idaho, we're trying to bring awareness to people saying like, hey, we're still here and we're kind of an integral part of anything. I mean, how you're viewed. I live in a big city right now in Vancouver, and a lot of my friends aren't in the industry. And I talk to them about mining, and it's just, shoo. They're like, what do you mean? Like crypto mining? I'm like, no, like, physically with a shovel in the ground. And they're like, that still happens? And I'm like, you are some of the smartest people I know. How do you not know this is a requirement?
Given your background, are there specific tools that have carried over for you that contribute to your vision of innovation for the future of the mining industry?
So my background's strongly in the electrical and technology sector, mainly with automation. So I'm very highly apt to look at how we integrate automation into the process. I've been a part of a few large mining and non-mining projects, and we've integrated high grades of technology into it, reduced requirements for workforce interaction, reduced that manual labor component by adding new technology. I really like that I have this vision in my head that in the future, the tech sector is actually going to look at us and be like, oh man, we need to get in that sector and start controlling our supply chain, as well as bring some of this innovation to us. And I think we're right on the cusp of that right now.
I think that's really interesting. I'd just like to kind of draw you out, if I can, Morgan. In terms of fully implementing technology and innovation, do you think that will also support the sector as well as improve your valuation?
Integrating technology doesn't just start with automation or stop with automation. It starts with electrification. You look at companies like Kirkland Lake, they electrified most of their mines. And what that means is like their underground mining equipment is electrically hydraulic driven. When you look at that type of technology advancement, it fits perfect to the ESG side of things. You make a technology green, put it into a mine, you're kind of making the mine green. You're going to see, I think, in the next 5 to 10 years, a huge, what I call the technology leap. You saw it in the 2000s in the dot-com bubble. A lot of mines now are looking underground, so less environmental footprint. There's a lot of new technology coming around tailings and how to manage tailings and how to reuse them.
That's really interesting. How are we going to get the next generation into mining? I know we've discussed in the past what the challenges are for that sort of thing. What do you think the answer is to that?
Everyone saw these exponential growth stocks like Bitcoin. Everyone's leaping into technology. The valuations are out of this world compared to what they actually produce. And it's all like this high flying, we're going to do this, but we've only done this, but our valuations are to the moon, right? I think getting the generation that's coming up to understand that may be just a bubble. There are great paying jobs in the mining sector. There is flexibility and intelligent people in this industry, and you can make a lot of money in it. Great Bear Resources just got bought out for $29 a share. You want to look at a multiple, look at a company like that. There is potential in this industry to have those huge gains. Silver is 50% an industrial commodity and expected to be near 70% by 2030. That should tell you that, hey, there's going to be a deficit in it, and there's also going to be a shortage of miners out there because there is a generational gap right now. I'm 37 and I'm the CEO of a mining company. I do have a lot of previous boots on the ground mining experience, but I'm looking at our industry and there's not a lot of young people gapping with the 60-plus-year-old generation. There's a lot of really up and coming people, but there's not like it used to be back in the day where everyone and their dog was in mining and, you could make 6 figures. You can still do that easily, but there's just no one interested in it because we're not doing a great job of going to universities, talking to our youth, going to schools, and really I'm a firm believer that investment in the youth it doesn't start at university. It starts at like elementary school, middle school, high school. It's like bringing interest, bringing awareness, giving that whole, oh, that's cool effect.
Thank you so much, Morgan, for a very interesting podcast and providing your insight.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed it. Visit us at acfequityresearch.com.